We have often heard from Mother that when she used to attend to her household duties, she was fully absorbed in the work and had not the slightest thought of her dress, food, or even her body. She would devote herself wholly to the task assigned to her and carry out the orders of her seniors in the family with scrupulous care. Her neighbors would always say, "This newly married girl lacks usual common sense." But Mother says, just as there is a definite timetable for work at the office, school, or the shop, so should we all set apart for divine contemplation a few minutes out of the 24 hours of every day, preferably in the morning and evening. One must form a fixed resolve that this little time shall be dedicated to God throughout life. During this period, no worldly activity should be allowed to encroach upon the contemplation of God. A fixed time must be allotted to all the members of the family, including the servants. If this practice is continued for long, divine contemplation will become a part of your nature. Once the habit is established, the future course of your life will be made quite easy. You will feel the flow of the mysterious divine grace feeding all your thoughts and actions and giving you new strength. You get a pension or bonus after years of hard work so that you need no longer earn your livelihood. In the spiritual realm, the reward for good, sincere, and selfless work is even far greater and can be obtained more easily. Your earthly pension expires with your life, but the divine pension continues long, long after death. Those who would amass money, store it up in a hidden chamber of their house, add to the store what they can save from time to time, keep a constant watch over their treasure. So also reserve a little corner of your mind for God, and always steal an opportunity to add to your stock in the shape of the invocation of His name, or some pious work or divine thought. One day, Mother was showing the various ways of saluting God and said, "Lose yourself altogether when bowing down to God with a single-minded devotion, and you will obtain joy and power in proportion. If you cannot do anything else, at least morning and evening at the appointed time, lay down your body and mind and lie flat before Him in salutation and think of the Lord just a little." There are two kinds of pranams: offering to Him your whole body and mind with all thoughts, desires, and sense impressions, love, affection, and devotion, just like emptying the contents of a full pitcher to its last drop. The other way is like scattering face powder through the minute holes of a powder box. The major portion of your thoughts and desires are kept back in a hidden chamber of your mind, and only a little dust is allowed to escape. Pramatha Babu was transferred from Dhaka as Postmaster General. He went to Mother to bid her farewell, and Mother said to him, "Who salutes whom? You bow down to your own self." He was thrilled with wonder and joy to hear such a remark. On one occasion, Professor Bahari Bhattacharya fell ill at Shabak during the Puja holidays. He keenly desired that Mother should come down to him and, like his own mother, massage his aching head. Mother went and passed her hands over his whole body from head to foot. On recovery, he returned to Rajshahi, the place of his work, and after some days this incident was discussed at Shabak, and I remarked, "The gentleman lacked common sense. His intelligence was equally poor. I failed to see what purpose he had to make Mother do that job for him during his illness." As soon as Mother heard my remark, her face changed color, and she said, "Shall I massage your feet?" With these words, she advanced towards me. I began to move away, with Mother following me. Pitaji intervened and stopped her. Even now I remember Mother's childlike face glowing with motherly warmth, always eager to nurse, soothe, and serve all her children. At that moment, Sri Shashanka Mohan Mukherjee cried out, "Ma! Ma!" and fell at her feet. In this connection, Mother said, "Just as a human body has different parts like the head, hands, thighs, feet, fingers, and toes, I find all of you representing my various limbs. You all belong to one body. Each one has to do work of equal importance." On a different occasion, the late Nirmal Chandra Chatterjee of Benares offered some flowers at Mother's feet. Just then a man was passing by, carrying flowers in a basket to perform the worship of his deity elsewhere. Mother picked up the flowers that had been presented at her feet and placed them in the basket. Nirmal Babu inquired from Mother why she did so, and she replied, "All people are worshipping one being only. All hands and feet belong to one body." On another occasion, I observed Mother striking the ground with a bamboo cane when a fly was accidentally killed by a stroke. With great care and concern, Mother picked it up and kept it in her closed fist. Many persons were present. 4 to 5 hours passed in conversation. Mother then opened her fist and said to me, "Can you do anything for the good of this fly which has passed on to the other world?" And I said, "I have heard people say there is a heaven inside the body of man." And so saying, I swallowed the fly. Mother began to laugh and said, "What have you done? Does not a man get ill when he eats a fly?" I replied, "If through your goodwill the fly meets with a better life, no harm will come to me." And I did not get ill. Referring to this incident, Mother said, "Insects, flies, spiders, and men all belong to one family. Nobody knows what they were, are, or will be, and how they have become interrelated to one another." I had a very pious Muslim friend, the late Mulvi Husan. He used to pass nearly all his time in divine contemplation. One Thursday evening, I went to Shahbag with him and Niranjan. Kirtan was in full swing in the Nat Mandap. The three of us stood at a distance under a tree so that we might not be seen from the place of the Kirtan. After about half an hour, we found to our surprise that Mother suddenly came out of the hall with her devotees following her with a lantern. With quick steps, Mother came toward us, touched my friend with her right hand, and then walked on. We three followed her footsteps. There was a very well-preserved grave of a Muslim saint in the corner of Shahbag. Mother went there and assumed the postures usual to Muslims during their prayer, uttering at the same time all the particular words they use. My Muslim friend also joined her. On returning from there, the kirtan was resumed. My friend too sang with the party, clapped his hands with them, and moved round and round. It so happened that the man in charge of the grave was absent that evening and did not light candles or offer sweets as usual. Under Mother's instructions, my Muslim friend offered some batasha, a sweet made of boiled sugar, at the grave and lighted candles. He had a desire to see Mother eat some of the sweets. When he carried to Mother the plate containing them, she opened her mouth and he dropped some sweets into it. He himself partook of the prasad offered at the end of kirtan. He was an Orthodox Muslim, but had a high notion of Mother, and after this he came to have an unshakable regard for her. At the loving request of a Muslim begum, Mother performed namaz, the prayer at the same grave. The begum was an educated lady. She said that there was wonderful correspondence between what Mother said and the sacred text used during namaz. Mother said, "Some 4 or 5 years ago, when I was at Bhajipur, I saw the ethereal body of the fakir whose grave was over there. After we came to Shahbag, I met him and some of his disciples. He was a stalwart figure, an Arab by descent." On inquiry, this was found to be correct. Once, Mother went to the house of Rai Bahadur Jogesh Chandra Ghosh. There was kirtan that day. Suddenly a change was observed in her. Some 150 or 200 cubits away, a young Muslim dressed like a Hindu sat in the dark, quite unnoticed. Through the crowd, Mother forced her way to the youth and began to chant, Allah, Allahu Akbar. The young man was moved to tears and joined Mother in saying the usual prayer. And he told us afterwards, the ease and distinctness with which Mother invoked the name of Allah was beyond our best achievements, and joy such as I felt that day when uttering the name of God together with Mother, I never experienced before. Mother introduced the name of Hari in a very respectable Muslim family. While reciting the name, they were moved to tears. They had great regard for Mother. And in this connection, Mother said, Hindus, Muslims, and all the communities in the world are one. They all worship one supreme being and call for his mercy. Kirtan and Arnaz are one and the same.